Easter is the great Christian feast. You'll be aware that on the Friday before Easter Sunday, the day we call Good Friday, Jesus of Nazareth was executed by the Roman and Judean authorities in Jerusalem and buried quickly before sundown, because sunset on that Friday marked the beginning of a particularly important Sabbath, the Passover. That was a day of special solemnity and prayer and stillness. Early on the Sunday morning, Easter Sunday morning, some women friends of Jesus went to the tomb very early in the morning before the sun had risen. They wanted to complete the usual anointing rite for someone who had died. As they approached the tomb, they were astonished to find that the stone had been rolled away. And then they were shocked and dismayed to find that Jesus' body was actually missing. Their initial response, as ours might be too, was that someone had stolen the body. St. John in his Gospel, however, records a curious detail, namely that the burial cloths were still in the tomb, which is a bit bizarre. Why would someone unwrap a dead body, especially a crucified body, and take it without the wrappings? Then began the great Easter appearances to Mary of Magdala, to St. Peter, to the other apostles, to Thomas, to the disciples on the road to Emmaus. Whatever happened utterly transformed these fearful followers into utter conviction that Jesus was now risen and alive. Of course, there were always skeptics, like St. Thomas, who believed that perhaps it was just Jesus' message that was being passed on. That story eventually developed also in St. Paul's community in Corinth, and Paul writes to them very curtly, saying that if Jesus is not risen, physically risen, bodily risen, then it's all to no avail. St. Paul says, if that's the case, then we are the most unfortunate of people. But he goes on to say, of course, that Jesus is risen. Pope Benedict, in his beautiful encyclical Saved by Hope, mentions that when the gospel was first preached in the ancient world, the thing that astounded those who first heard the message was the realization that these Christians actually believed that they did have a future, a personal future. And Pope Benedict makes the point that we do indeed believe that, and that person, and that future is a person, and that person is none other than love personified. That's the great message of Easter, that Jesus is risen, that we do have a personal future. I wish you a very happy Easter, and perhaps during these Easter days you may like to read again in the four Gospels the accounts of what happened on that first Easter Sunday and on the days that followed. God bless you.